So I'm in my early 20s, which makes it weird to think I'm making videos that are some weird form of advice giving or motivational, because I've hardly had any experience myself. Although situations mold the man and all that, it's still hard to ignore that the older I get though, and the more days pass, the more I realize the truth behind the phrase, nobody cares. Obviously there's certain people that care, like your family or closest of friends, or the guy behind you in Subway while you choose the most awful sandwich anyone's seen. But even then, there might be limitations on the level of care that causes, which goes back to nobody truly caring. I used to be a mess, and I don't mean that in a way to knock myself, it's just the truth. A lot of different situations lead to difficult times, and eventually I learned to calm down and stop warping my perspective, as I had a real feeling that every little thing I did, I would get judged by whoever knew or saw what I'd done. And for years, that feeling and thought process stopped me from doing a lot of things, even down to something as stupid as feeling like someone will think I'm a liar if I started to like or show interest in something I'd previously shown disdain to. Although I was lucky in a way, as even with those feelings, I always had this memory in the back of my mind from being a kid. And I say luckily because others might not agree, but for better or worse, my family has always been pretty straight to the point and never pulled any punches. And this memory is kind of a prime example. See, when I was a kid, I was watching this hockey game or some sport match, and I had said how cool I thought one of the players was and how I wanted to be like him. Obviously, it's a pretty childlike desire. Regardless, though, my nan replied to the comment and said, "Why? We all shit the same." Now, it's a bit of off-brand philosophical style. It's not quite your Socrates, but it's true. We are all the same at the end of the day. It's just that some people are known and some aren't. So realistically, if I randomly started liking something I had said I didn't like before, either nobody will mention it or they also have an interest and are just happy that they have someone to talk to about the subject. Yeah, I can't help but realize there are so many things that people do to try and avoid judgment. Down to the finest lines, like something as small as a crease in their shoes. But what judgment are people really able to pass on that? Oh, you must wear your shoes, they're creased. You must not care about your shoes if you wear them enough to crease. Like, what can people really say? You get shoes to walk in them. It's not like a crease means you're devil spawn. You're just a normal guy. And I know that I'm dragging that point, but it still stands. The other reason I think everyone is so worried about judgment is the facade that social media has created. I've spoken about it before, but it offers so many different things. And in this case, it's the unrealistic idea of successful. That you should have X amount of money, X amount of houses by 19, 20, 21, or at least your early to mid 20s. And it's just not real. That's not how the world works for the most part. It's about 90% of people that will never benefit from that. They'll never feel that success. They'll never have that idea that has enough passion for them to follow. They'll maybe just never have enough determination. There's so many things that can cause you to not reach that. And one of them is definitely not being sat watching TikToks all day or distracting yourself. Because by doing that, can't find that success. Well, at least the success that you think labels you a success. And then you have to think, what am I doing? Is that really what success is to me? Because personally, I feel success is feeling comfortable enough in self to try and do things that you truly want to. It could be following a passion, the outfit you're wearing, the food you want to eat. All these types of things, they all fester into a comfortability in self. And that's what I deem success. Now, I know that will vary person to person, so I'd like to know your idea of success. I am interested in other people's perspectives because I know a lot of people that are money motivated as well as others that aren't and are guided more by other sources. But those things feel as if they're ways to stay distracted from the real worry you have about yourself. The real judgment that you're scared of feeling, and that almost forces you into this box of security. And although it's good to have that box of security where you know you don't need to worry, if that's all you have, then it's no use. You end up losing out on so many other factors that can be achieved. The challenge of self is where you find your true self, or something like that. But you can only find your true self by losing judgment, or at least that's how I feel. Then again, I'm just rambling about how I see it. I still think that silly thoughts about other people's views are really what will hold you back from achieving what you can though, and nobody cares too. That's the best bit. The people that you fear judgment from probably don't notice you. They don't even realize you exist in the best possible way, as just like you, they are navigating this crazy life. It's everyone's first go at this after all, even our parents, grandparents, so please do me a solid and stop being so harsh on yourself. Stop spewing crazy concepts of other people's thoughts because of your own mind. It just hurts you, and nobody wants that, especially yourself. So from now on, do what you want, be who you want. Wear that rugged looking clobber, start that thing you always wanted to, and don't sit and worry about other people's thoughts. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your mind and how it's so uniquely yours. How it makes you the person you are, which is why you can't overthink it. You'll never be the same as others. You are you, and you deserve to let yourself be that. With that though, I think that's me done. I've rambled long enough, and I just hope that you like the world from my perspective, and stay safe.